What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into Jets Media. I'm excited right now to talk some Jets with you folks because a lot of stuff happened in the last few days. As you guys know, yesterday was my birthday, and I had some birthday activities lined up this past weekend, so I haven't really been able to go live or make a lot of videos or content for you guys, even though I did post a video I've been working on for a while yesterday, or Monday rather, about Justin Fields. And it was a little documentary style content. I hope you guys saw that and enjoyed it. If you didn't, I would highly recommend it. But Justin Fields officially named the starting quarterback for the New York Jets. We heard from Aaron Glenn. We heard from Darren Mougey. He had a lot of interesting things to say about players on the roster. And I just love hearing Coach talk ball, man. I really do. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel like every time I hear Aaron Glenn talk, I just get more impressed. And I just feel like you can't win games at press conferences. Absolutely not. But I feel like what he's been able to do so far has been impressive to me. And we're going to get into all of that of Justin Fields and what Aaron Glenn has to say about his new quarterback. Appreciate everybody tuning in, wishing some happy birthday. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. I appreciate you all big time. All in the chat. Jason, Theo, everybody, man. We got Rallo Greg, who's the usual on Facebook. I got to go live on Facebook every single time. But I appreciate you guys big time, man. So let's get straight into it and talk about Mr. Aaron Glenn because he had a lot of interesting things to say. And I want to first and foremost play this. And let's talk about Aaron Glenn.
Quarterback. What was it like and what was the process getting Justin Fields?
Listen, I've played against Justin quite a bit. Just him being at the Bears and me being in Detroit. And he created some damage for us, So I want to make sure that I could take advantage of what he does, what he can do as far as utilizing his legs. But I also want to allow him to play quarterback also. I don't know in his career he's ever had a chance to truly go out there and play quarterback. So we're going to give him that opportunity, understanding who he is as a player, try to utilize his skill set, but also let him do what he did at Ohio State, and let him go play quarterback.
What was the conversation like with Justin Fields? How excited is he to be here?
I think he's very excited. I mean, I talk to him every day. Listen, he's giving his opinion on things that he feel like he want to bring to the offense, which is great. And I think that us letting him play quarterback, he feels open to be able to do that. And that's one thing that you want. That head coach quarterback relationship has got to be on the top level. And then we're trying to create that.
What have these last 2 months been like for you? Because you had it all. I mean, the combine, now free agency. What is it like as a head coach?
Yeah. I've been prepping myself for this for a while.
So I absolutely love what he had to say about what Aaron Glenn had to say about Justin Fields, allowing him to play the quarterback position. You may be wondering, what does that even mean? Like, obviously, he's the quarterback. He's got to play the quarterback position. But I think if you go back to see what Justin Fields looked like at Ohio State, he played with confidence. He let it rip. He read the defense as well. And college is different than the NFL, of course. But I think that's what this Jets coaching staff's goal is to simplify the game, create a playbook that is comfortable for Justin Fields to become the quarterback that he was at Ohio State, right? And I think that's really important of what Aaron Glenn had to say there, which is why I wanted to share that with you guys. A lot of interesting things from Aaron Glenn that I'm really excited about to talk about with you all right now. Justin Fields was in attendance at the Knicks game. All right. He was at the Knicks game representing the New York Jets at Madison Square Garden. It's pretty cool. I mean, to see our guy out there in public for the first time and being the Jets' new starting quarterback, signing a football, throwing it into the crowd. Things you love to see. Yo, mic check. My microphone cut out, but we're back. You guys can hear me loud and clear. I know you guys can. So make sure you guys can tell me. I don't know why my mic does that sometimes, man. I am very sorry. But let me know if you guys can hear me all good in the chat, because I was talking about Justin Fields' ability to be the star that we all know he's capable of. Now, I did tell you guys I posted a video on the channel Monday, and it is a different style video, and I'm definitely curious to get your guys' thoughts of it. I put a lot of resources, a lot of energy into this. It's more of a documentary style video than I've ever done before, and it really just highlights Justin Fields' story And I think that's the big element of this video that you can take away from. It's more about the story of Justin Fields, about, where he came from Ohio State to Chicago to Pittsburgh, now with the Jets, what to expect. So definitely go check it out, man. Philip says, love the Justin Fields video. Well done. Thank you, Philip. I appreciate it. And it's different. It's a different style of edit. It's more of a documentary feel. So definitely let me know your guys' thoughts of it, because I put a lot of energy into this video. And I've been getting, so far, some positive feedback of you guys in the chat. So I appreciate all the support on what Jets Media's been cooking up, man. What's been gotten cooking up on Jets Media. Don't forget to smash the like button, folks, on your way into the show as well. We're live here on April 2nd, 2025. The NFL draft is right around the corner, which is always some fun stuff to talk about. A lot of debates happening amongst Jets Nation about where the Jets will go with that 7th overall pick. And those debates are going to continue all the way until the NFL draft. As of right now, I really cannot tell you with a straight face that I even have an idea where the Jets are going to go, because there's something about this NFL draft that we all need to remind ourselves about, that this is the first time we're seeing Darren Mougey and Aaron Glenn operate an NFL draft. We do not know their tendencies. We have no idea anything, right, about what we can expect from both of these guys. Do they prioritize trenches? Do they prioritize playmakers? Like, if this was Joe Douglas, I would have kind of an idea of where they're going to go. But as of right now, that's not going to be the case. We do not know what to expect from this. So we heard from Aaron Glenn, but now let's hear from our new general manager, Darren Mougey. All right, what did he have to say about Justin Fields?
Dude, now that you have your quarterback one in Justin Fields, what was that like getting him?
It was great. It was a guy we targeted early in the process, and we're able to land and feel good about where we're at.
What was it about him that you knew that he could fit into this roster?
He's young, talented quarterback with an athletic skill set that's tough to defend. He's got great makeup. We've heard a lot of good things about him, all the stops he's been. So we're excited to have Justin.
What has this last 4 weeks been with you, and you're adding all these pieces during this free agency?
It was fun. It's been wild. It's been a lot, but it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I feel like the team's in a good spot, and we'll continue to add and look to add good players.
When you look at this roster right now, what do you see?
I see a young, talented team that's hungry, and I'm excited to see them work when they get here.
What has it been like working with AJ?
Awesome. He's been awesome. Obviously, he's a great person. You feel his passion every day, so it's been really fun.
What do you do now moving forward, like these next 3 weeks? What does this entail for you?
Yeah, as soon as we get back from the owner meetings, we jump right into draft meetings. We'll have all the scouts in town, we'll have the coaches, and just a lot of meetings going over the draft and setting the draft board. An exciting time of the year for me.
What are you hoping to get accomplished here?
At the owners' meetings?
Yeah, like for you, because your first owners' meeting as a GM.
Yeah, we have the proposals sent through. It's all new to me, but it's been great so far. I've seen a lot of old but familiar faces, guys I've worked with in the past, so it's been good.
So Darren Mougey has some interesting things to say there about Justin Fields. And the cool thing that I've learned about this Jets team with Aaron Glenn and Darren Mougey is that they are definitely in lockstep. They are in unison with one another, which is, I think, very imperative for a partnership between a head coach and a general manager to operate a successful football team. And I think the type of players that they're targeting in free agency shows you that the type of culture they're trying to bring here, which is the youth movement, right? All the guys they brought in are young. They're on second contracts. And I think re-signing Jamie Sherwood, bringing in even a guy like Brendan Stevens, who Aaron Glenn had a lot of interesting things to say about, bringing in Andre Sisco, a lot of young guys to add to the nucleus that we already have with Breece Hall, Sauce, Garrett, Jermaine, Will, Quincy. There's a lot of young elements to this Jets football team that you could be excited about. And I think adding Justin Fields to that mix of the youth, now going from Aaron Rodgers, who's in the back end of his career, 41 years old, trying to be, great at the back end of his career. Now we're bringing in somebody in Justin Fields who's trying to find himself, trying to find his place in this league, trying to find who he is as a player in the NFL. And he could potentially grow with the Jets, grow with Garrett Wilson, grow with the players around him. And I think that's something that we haven't really done before. And the biggest difference between this and, going after other quarterbacks, it's simple, right? The Jets recently, right, we usually draft a quarterback, right? We draft a quarterback and we let him be the guy to try to grow into. Well, Justin Fields was not drafted by the Jets. He was drafted by Chicago, as we know, and we bring him in via free agency. And I think the years of experience that Justin Fields has in the NFL already, that's very important to note, because we're not bringing in a rookie. This is not a rookie player that's going to be the starting quarterback for the Jets. And I think that's the biggest difference of what this Jets team has done in the past, right? We experimented with the rookie Sam Darnold and failed. We experimented with the rookie of Zach Wilson and failed. We experimented with the old vet of Aaron Rodgers and failed. But when have the Jets ever landed a free agent quarterback that was a first-round pick that is entering his 5th NFL season? Right? It's rare. It's rare that a quarterback that was drafted in the first round even hits free agency. And the fact that Justin Fields hit free agency, that's because he has not lived up to his potential, has not lived up to the upside of why he was drafted out of Ohio State in the first place. And the Bears were in a very interesting spot where they were able to get the first overall pick because of that trade that they made with the Carolina Panthers. So they were able to position themselves to draft Caleb Williams. So they felt comfortable moving on from Justin Fields. And I think if you look at Justin Fields' career with the Chicago Bears and then his improvement he saw in Pittsburgh, there's a lot of elements to his game that translates to the modern day NFL football that this Jets team is going to try to emulate. And I feel like it starts with the trenches. It starts with running the football. But can he go through his reads? Can he progress the field? Is he going to be too narrow focused on Garrett Wilson? Is he going to be able to spread the ball around? Well, the one thing I do know about Tanner Engstrand, our new offensive coordinator, is it was his job in Detroit to feed every single playmaker on that offense. Now, the playmakers over there is a lot better than what we have here in terms of the amount of weapons. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown, James Williams, Hendrickson. I mean, they had a lot of players. Not Hendrickson, excuse me. What's his name? Sam Laporta at tight end. So Tanner Engstrand has experience of trying to make sure everyone's mouths is getting fed the rock. And I think having Garrett Wilson as pretty much the only dynamic weapon right now at the wide receiver position and tight end position, you can argue like, okay, he's going to get pretty much every single target. But I think the Jets are going to go into the NFL draft and land a playmaker that we're going to be excited about, whether that's at tight end, wide receiver, or if not both. And I think that what this team is going to do is rally around Justin Fields and give him the opportunity to be the starting quarterback. And another thing I want to say, I really do like that the Jets are going into this offseason naming Justin Fields the starter. Like, I did not want to go in with this, oh, it's an open competition and Justin Fields has to prove it, and it's between him and Tyrod Taylor, and then all of a sudden, oh, Justin Fields named starting. No, I didn't want that. I feel like they gave him that contract of $40 million, $30 million guaranteed. And I like that the Jets head coach and general manager said that Justin Fields is the starting quarterback for this football team. And they said Tyrod will be right on his heels, which is the way it should be. He should be pushing him. And I think Tyrod is going to have a very positive impact on Justin Fields. The veteran presence of Tyrod, cool, calm, collected, been in the league for a while, been in a lot of different organizations. I like that. And I feel like naming Justin Fields the starter was smart by this regime because it instills confidence in Fields, knowing this is his team now. It adds a lot of elements to, the offseason approach. And I just did not want to go through a whole quarterback competition. I just did not want to go through with that as a fan. And I'm happy that they went that direction. And I think the Aaron Glenn interview, man, he's just not messing around, bro. I mean, you talk about Aaron Glenn, everything he says at the podium, or not the podium on Monday, but I feel like the energy I get is just not messing around, bro. I mean, he is not taking anything, no answers. He's not afraid to speak his mind. If you try to get him on a certain type of question, he's not going to fight on it. I absolutely love it. I really do. And I think that Aaron Glenn not messing around is only a big positive. Now, he did have something interesting to say that I wanted to talk about that's kind of going viral about the running back position. And guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show. If you guys are enjoying Jets Media, don't forget to smash the like button. It really does help out the channel a lot. But I wanted to talk about what Aaron Glenn had to say in this specific question, which is about the running back position. And a lot of people in the media are running away with this, thinking like, oh, Aaron Glenn, he's going to blah, blah, blah. So let's just hear what he had to say and talk about it.
I think Breece Hall, he admitted last year to losing confidence, and he's had a little bit of an up and down couple of years since his injury. So where do you think he's at mentally, and where do you think he fits in?
Well, I think mentally he's in a good place. But I would say that we have 3 running backs on this team that we're going to utilize as much as possible. They're all big men. They can run. They're violent. They're physical. So I think once we get a chance to get the players in and see exactly like how they operate, I think every player is going to be happy with the way that we go about this offense, and I think he's going to be one of them.
At Detroit, you really had Ben had a pretty good combination there running with those two. Is that when you were thinking about how you want your offense and envisioning your offense, is that what you prefer, the 1-2 punch of running back as opposed to maybe the bell cow?
Well, we have good players in that position like we do. It could be 1, 2, 3 with the guys that we have. So those guys are good players. So we're going to utilize those guys. If we can get them all on the field we can at one time, we'll do that. But I know this here, man. We want to be a violent, tough, physical team. And those men are really violent runners. So we want to take advantage of that.
So the running back position for this Jets team, I think, is a very underrated strength. But the one thing I will say is they underperformed last year. And I think the reason why I say they're a strength is I have a lot of expectations for them to improve this upcoming season. And I'm not reading too much into what he had to say of like, well, we also have these guys. Like, listen, we have 3 running backs to be excited about. I mean, you really, really do. I think having Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, and Isaiah Davis as your 3 running backs, that's pretty good. Pretty freaking good, if you ask me. Like, I love the running back position for the New York Jets, and add in the offensive line. I think the Jets are set at this position. I don't think we need to draft a running back unless they don't see a future with Breece beyond this year. The one thing about Breece Hall we have to keep in mind, he is entering a contract season. He will be a free agent after the season. He does not have a 5th-year option like Jermaine, Sauce, and Garrett will have. So he is going to be a free agent. So will the Jets want to draft his potential replacement, or is his replacement already on the team, which is one of Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis? Will the Jets lock up Breece long-term? Is he a trade chip? You never know. But I feel like having a 1-2-3 punch is exactly what we want. Now, it's not good for fantasy football, but that's the only thing that doesn't matter. We want to win football games. I don't care about no stats. Like, if this is split 3 ways and Breece, Allen, and Davis are all getting the rock and they're all succeeding and the Jets are running the football and we're scoring touchdowns, we're scoring points, we're milking the clock, we're playing complimentary, physical, tough football, like, I'm not going to be complaining. Why are people turning that what Aaron Glenn had to say there into such a big negative? Like, it's more the national media rather than Jets fans, because Jets fans should be on cloud 9 about what Aaron Glenn had to say. We have 3 running backs to be excited about. So now we're going to make it into this thing like, oh, dude, I don't know, Aaron Glenn, he's trying to insinuate that he's going to. No, I think that's a very good thing, man, of what Aaron Glenn had to say there. And I'm excited. I really, really am excited to see what he has in store. All right. Now, what does Aaron Glenn think of Justin Fields? Right? Let's hear what he has to say about our new quarterback.
Quiet confidence. You go back and watch him at Ohio State, big arm, understands how to run an offense when given the opportunity, and just a really, really good person, really intelligent person that knows football.
I think 3 of his biggest rushes.
So I like this. I like what he had to say. Silent confidence. Is that what he said?
Quiet confidence.
Quiet confidence. That's a really good example of Justin Fields, because number one, I think one of the biggest things that this Jets football team has been lacking is self-confidence in a belief in themselves, not individually, but as a team. And it starts with the quarterback position. And I think Justin Fields does have that aura of him of confidence, but he's not exuberating it. He doesn't walk around like with that arrogance. It's kind of that quiet confidence in himself. He wore the t-shirt when he signed the contract with the Jets, humble over hype. He's humble. And I like that Aaron Glenn said can run an offense when given the opportunity to. And I think that's a little, I mean, he's not throwing shade, but it just shows you, like, he wasn't given the opportunity to run the show in Pittsburgh. He wasn't. And in Chicago, they gave him a failed product to try to run. The only time Justin Fields was given an opportunity to run the show properly was at Ohio State, and he succeeded, which made him a top 11 pick. So I think the Jets are going to look at what worked at Ohio State, how he was able to orchestrate an offense, how he was able to run that program and succeed at that level. How can they replicate that in the NFL? How can they replicate that? So I think that's what the Jets are going to try to do. I'm telling you, don't surprise if this is a top 9 running game, Richie. If there's one thing about this upcoming season from the offense that I have high expectations of, it's the running attack. I think the Jets could even be a top 7 running team, top 5 even. Jets are going to love Justin Fields, an electric playmaker. Wish he was still a Chicago Bear, says Colin. Yeah, man, I think the one thing about Justin Fields is he's a dynamic weapon at the quarterback position, which is going to be exciting to watch at training camp. It's going to be exciting to watch. But at the end of the day, what matters the most for us Jets fans, if we're being real here, wins, man. Go win football games. And that's really all that matters. At the end of the day, no one's going to really care about the stats, the highlights, the rushing touchdowns, the electric highlights. Like, we want to win football games. And the one thing I do know about Justin Fields that he needs to improve on is his ability to step up his game in the fourth quarter, in the clutch. Because I think that right there, that trait shows if you're a good or great quarterback in this league. When the pressure's at its highest, do you have the clutch gene? Are you able to go out there and march down the football field and win a game when you need to the most, right? When you're down by 4 points with 3 minutes to go and the ball's in your hand on the 20-yard line, can you march 80 yards down the field and score a touchdown, right? Those are the types of things that we're going to have to see Justin Fields be able to do. And I think the trajectory this Jets football team is on, I like it. I really do think that it's a positive. I really do. Now, I'm not expecting the Jets to light it up this year, but hey, you never know. You never know. Now, I want to find the clip because Aaron Glenn had something interesting to say about Brandon Stevens, the New York Jets' brand new corner, right? And I think Brandon Stevens is an interesting player to talk about here because Brandon Stevens is a guy that a lot of Jets fans are not really too fond of, right? You talk about one guy that Jets fans didn't really understand the signing, right? 3 years, 36 mil, 23 mil guaranteed. I think this player, I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to be great, but the one thing I can tell you that Aaron Glenn likes about Brandon Stevens is his size. And you look at what makes Sauce Gardner different, it's his size, 6'2", 6'3". And Brandon Stevens, he is 216 pounds, 6'1". So he's a long, lanky corner that can play man coverage. And I think what his goal is, Aaron Glenn, for this defense is to have 2 long, lanky corners on the boundaries that can lock it up. Now, the thing about Brandon Stevens is, of course, he gets targeted a lot and he doesn't really have great ball skills. And Aaron Glenn said himself, he's going to coach him up to help him turn his head around, play the ball properly, knock the ball down, create turnovers, which I think is another element of this defense that has been lacking. If the one thing that Robert Saleh's defense lacked, it was forcing turnovers. They just did not have the ability to create turnovers. You look at the Detroit Lions defense under Aaron Glenn, they were so opportunistic, creating splashy plays on defense. You can win a whole football game if a defense can start scoring points, pick sixes, setting up the offense in good field position. So I like what Aaron Glenn had to say about Brandon Stevens. I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to break out and be a dog, but I like it. I absolutely like what he had to say about it. Angel says we're coming back with the ground and pound like Rex Ryan's old. All right. I like it. I like it. Third and Fields on the field. Who do you guard? And Wilson. Good question. Good question. We got 4 running backs. If you include Justin Fields, yes, sir. Richie, what would you like to draft? Great question. What would I like to draft? Right? What would I like to draft? I think that this Jets team has a lot of options. I like the idea of going after like the 3 positions of need that we need the most when it comes to the NFL draft that I want them to tackle is tight end, wide receiver, right tackle. All on the offensive side of the ball, by the way. On defense, defensive tackle, safety, and even a corner. You can argue linebacker too. So there's a lot of different ways the Jets can go. You can go Armand Membu in the first round, wide receiver in the second round, tight end in the third round. You can go tight end in the first round with Tyler Warren, tackle in round 2, wide receiver round 3. Maybe they go a position that we not even see coming. And that's the thing about this football team, folks. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. Got to create turnovers somehow. Absolutely, Jason. They got to create turnovers. That's what the name of the game is. This Jets football team, they know how to create turnovers under Aaron Glenn. At least they better know how, because we're all sick and tired of not seeing the big-time splashy plays on that side of the ball go off, right? And that's something we have to keep in mind. Now, I feel like who will the Jets get at the 7th overall pick? There's a lot of debate, and I'm excited to see where they end up going at that position. But you guys let me know where you think this Jets team is going to go with the 7th overall pick. There's a lot of different people trying to predict, but I don't know if anybody's going to get it right. I don't know. Anyone's going to get it right. Folks, I want to remind everybody that we are going to be live on this channel for a special YouTube live show. The Jets Media Podcast is back. It's going to be next Monday, April 7th at 5 p.m. EST. Mark your calendars. And it's going to be me and Matt O'Leary in studio together. Now, the cool thing about this show, it's not going to be where I am right now. It's not going to be at my home studio. There is a really cool podcast space that I'm renting that is going to include Matt and I giving you a deep dive into all things Jets, 2025 offseason, NFL draft preview. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please mark your calendars and open up that slot on Monday, 5 p.m. EST. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to have my buddy Matt O'Leary in the house for the first episode of the relaunch of the Jets Media Podcast, man. So that's going to be fun, and I cannot wait to see you all there. All right? Cannot wait to see you all there. Let's do it. Harry wants the Jets to go right tackle. Jets, Kinglowski. My guy, appreciate you, brother. Corley in the slot, difference maker. We'll see about it, bro. I don't know. I like Malachi Corley coming out of college last year, but he just didn't really get the opportunity. Frank in the chat says, Richie, I know you like Dart. I'd love a scenario where Pittsburgh trades up from 21 and gives us 1 and 2, whether this or next year. Then we draft Dart or Milroe at 21 and let them sit a year behind Fields. Frank, interesting talk here. I don't see the Jets trading down from 7 to 21. That's a huge gap. Who would the Steelers be trading up for in the first place? So, yeah, I think trading down from 7 to 21 would be crazy. If they can get a haul, that's a haul. I mean, you talk about dropping that many slots. What was that, like 14 slots? I don't know. That would be crazy. You never know. I think the only way the Jets land Jackson Dart is if they either trade up from the second round back into the back end of the first round, or they trade back from 7. I think those are the only 2 realistic ways they get him. Danger Zone, keep killing it, Richie. My guy, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Maybe Ashton Genty. Now, if there was a player that the Jets draft that will shock the entire world, it's right here, Ashton Genty. Can you imagine the Jets draft Ashton Genty? Now, the Detroit Lions drafted Jahmyr Gibbs in the top 10, I believe. What was that, the 10th pick Gibbs went or something like that? I'm not going to rule it out, but the running back position isn't in need, which is why I don't see this as a really big possibility, unless the Jets are like, you know what? We like Breece, but we like him as a trade chip. Let's trade Breece and then get Ashton Genty in here, who is going to be here on a rookie deal. And when you draft running backs like Ashton Genty, you're getting a guy in the prime of his career in the draft. I don't see it happening. I don't. And I prefer Breece Hall stay in the Jets and break out and be our guy. But that's how I look at it. I don't know. Jalen the Kid says, I think after the video you made, Richie, I'd rather give Fields the chance for the keys to the franchise than get a new QB, but I really want Tyler Warren. Yeah, I think Tyler Warren is a legit option for this Jets football team, no doubt about it. Right? No doubt about it. Hell yeah. Hall will be fumbling a lot. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? He doesn't fumble that much, right? Membu, Mason Taylor, Ty Williams. I like that option. Pittsburgh will be coming up for a quarterback, and I know it's a big drop, but it would have to be a Hall, like you said. I mean, what? Shador Sanders drops to 7, or they're trading up for Dart themselves? I don't know. How long do we have to wait to Breece to break out? Yeah, he had 1,500 yards in 23, but he has never been an elite rusher. Yeah, it's a great point, Matthew, and I think us Jets fans need to stop babying him. I'm a big Breece Hall fan, but I think we can all agree that he's not lived up to the hype and the potential that we put on him, and I think that he has that chance to break out. This is his first time with a new coaching staff, first time with a new scheme, with a new identity up front, new quarterback. So if he does not succeed this year, I don't think he ever will, at least with the Jets, right? But the last thing I want personally is to trade away Breece Hall and for him to break out and become a top 5 running back on another football team. I can't stomach that. I don't want to see it happen. Can we please have Breece Hall break out and be a dog for us? It's a contract year for Breece as well. First time with an offensive line coach. Yeah, man. Our offensive line coach, Keith Carter, I mean, what was his role? What was your role, Coach Keith Carter? Because you failed miserably at it. Jets were so bad, most NFL fans could have took a magazine for Douglas picks. Let's see this new regime. There you go. The blocking scheme was horrible. The worst ever. Breece good. Yeah, I agree. Another Saquon move. Now, Breece is no Saquon, but I agree. If the Jets got rid of if the Jets got rid of Breece, he'll probably break out just like Philadelphia did with him. A Jets Media away road trip would be awesome. Tampa Bay takeover, sponsored by Jets Media. Next year sounds fun. 3 Florida games next year. Frank wants Jets Media to go on the road. Woo! Could I do that? I could. I mean, Jets Media Day 2025 is in the works right now. Let me know in the chat who is interested to come into this year's event. Now, I don't know the date or the opponent yet, of course, because we have to wait for the schedule to come out. But Jets Media Day 2025 is going to be hopefully the best yet, hopefully with the best weather and a Jets victory and new energy, new hype, new coach, new quarterback, new regime. Everything's going to be fresh and new. Jets Media Day 2025 is coming this year, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. Definitely would be down. Let's go, man. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Now, I'm just going to put this out there for anybody that wants to be put on the priority list for Jets Media Day. You guys can email me. I just put the email in the chat. So this is my email, richiemalora98@gmail.com. If anybody wants to be put on the Jets Media Day event priority list, what this does is basically puts you on the email list. So when I get details about the event, I send out an email to you. So you get first dibs on the tickets when they go on sale. You get access to pre-sale before they go sold out. Again, we got like a month and a half before the details start coming out. But if you guys want to be put on the priority list for the Jets Media Day 2025 event, go just send me an email and say, hey, Richie, I'm interested to be on the wait list. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, every year we go to a Jets game together. I organize a whole event. We got a tailgate party, food, drinks, live DJ. We do a live show from the tailgate. We go all sit together in a suite, and then we get to party on the field together. So a lot of fun things happen every year. This is going to be the fourth year of Jets Media Day, by the way. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. That is kind of crazy if you think about it. Just saying. So, yeah. And if you want to get an idea of what this looks like, I'll put the link in the chat of last year's event recap video because it was pretty crazy, bruh. This was the event last year, right? We had Gary V on. I got Gary V on last year, bro. Gary V was on. And we got, everybody coming through for the post game or in the suites, of course, which was a lot of fun. It was a rainy game. This was the game against Denver last year. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I interview all you guys while we're there, get some content, all that fun stuff, get to watch the game together. So, if you guys want to come through to this year's event, you guys let us know. And then, of course, the best part about the events, getting on the field after the game. So, yeah. Yes, sir. We'll see how it goes. Kenneth Walker came out with Breece, and he has 2 fumbles for career. What does that even mean? Who cares? In Florida for work, it's hot. It's hot in Florida. What's the weather by me? Right now, it is 46 degrees in New York where I'm at. 46. On paper, our offense is starting to look like Baltimore's play style. If we can replicate Baltimore, that means we have a MVP quarterback on our hands. Is that what you're trying to say? Definitely going to the Jets and Bucks game. There we go. We got Jets fans in Tampa Bay area that's going to the Jets games down in Florida or what? It's 70 in Arizona. Wow. 70 degrees. It's sunny out in New York, though, so I can't complain. Jets' first-year head coaches have had some winning seasons with low expectations. Bill Parcells, Groh, Mangini, Rex, Bowles all had winning seasons in year 1. This is cool to know. Even Adam Gase was 7-9. Just saying. Richie had one good day of weather this past Saturday in Long Island. It's been awful since. I know, bro. What the heck? I thought that was the beginning of everything. Draft Membu. Do we have a lot of team draft Membus in the chat? A lot of people that want to draft Armand Membu or what? It seems like that's the consensus of Jets fans. It's between Armand Membu, Tyler Warren. It seems like the most likely options for this Jets football team. Is that what we're doing? Woo! Now, hearing from Aaron Glenn kind of lights a fire underneath this Jets team. And I feel like what we've been able to hear from Aaron Glenn himself shows me that this guy is not messing around. If you see the title, I said Aaron Glenn is not messing around. And basically what I mean by that is his ability to keep this composure in these at the podium. It gives me a lot of confidence in Aaron Glenn to do that as the season starts going, as the offseason starts kicking off, when the Jets deal with some adversity, handle tough losses. Because let's be honest, folks, we as Jets fans need to open up our mind that we understand, right? This season's not going to be perfect. There's going to be adversity. There's going to be tough losses. There's going to be bad performances from Justin Fields. There's going to be bad performances from a lot of different players on this team. But the one thing we all need to realize is, how is this team going to gel during adversity? How are they going to come together when things go a little haywire? And I think that's going to be a big test for Aaron Glenn, because when you're the head coach of a football team, you got to keep the confidence and keep the belief and keep the focus and keep the main thing, which is a very cliche motto. Whose motto was that? Keep the main thing. I don't know. Somebody. But my point is, I don't know what the schedule is going to look like early on. I don't know if it's going to be starting off the season with a tough game after tough game, or it's going to be easy. But whatever the schedule is, this Jets team may not come out of the bat red hot. They may struggle right out of the gate, and that's going to be okay. I'm not going to go out there and expect the team to start off 4-0 or 3-1 or something like that. It would be great. I would love that, but that's not my expectations, and that's kind of what I'm trying to tell you guys. I would recommend keeping your expectations for this football team low. I think keeping your expectations low is going to only save you from potential heartbreak. And I think that's my energy because of, the disappointment that we went through the last 2 years. I've never been built up with so much hype and excitement in my life. The Aaron Rodgers era, man, broke me. It did. And you guys saw me. I had multiple videos of me ranting and just becoming a version of myself I didn't even know I was. Like, that people know me as the rant guy? I mean, I couldn't believe it. And that wasn't on purpose. That was not on purpose. Whenever I meet people out in public and they recognize me, you know how many times people are like, oh, I love your rant videos, man. Your videos of you ranting are my favorite. And I'm thinking to myself, man, that's what I'm known for, ranting. That's not how I want to be. I don't want to be known as ranting content creator. You feel me? But this Jets team this past season, oh, they made me rant because that's how bad they were. And they deserved to be ranted about. And I needed to let that off my chest. But they broke me this past season. And I don't think that is going to happen to me again unless things just go completely over the top. I think a big reason for my ranting this past season was the expectations was so high that when we couldn't even be competent, we couldn't even look like a football team that belongs in the NFL. That's what drives me nuts, bro, because I thought the floor was just missing the playoffs. I didn't know the floor was 5 wins. And yeah, so, and you know what's sad? Another part that's sad. Look at this. Ready? Look at this. If you go to my YouTube channel, I don't know if you know this feature on YouTube, but look, if you go to YouTube and you go to my YouTube channel, you can click the popular button. Okay, what's Jets Media's most viral videos? My most viral video is the cool edit I made of the 2022 class. Cool. But look at the other ones. Rant, 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 rant. Look at this. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of my most viral videos is of me ranting. That is not what I want to be. Isn't that sad, bro? Like, look at my most viral videos. It's of me ranting. And I don't want my content to be looked at as that. So, and I don't blame people for watching the videos. The one thing I noticed about these videos is the majority of the views aren't even Jets fans. Majority of these views are from NFL fans laughing at me. You know what I mean? And look at me, bro. I'm literally losing it. Look. Oh, my God. It's just, it's not fun. But these days are hopefully in the past, folks. That's all we can hope for. That's all we can hope for. I don't want to be known as the rant guy anymore. I want to be known as the guy who gets really excited about the Jets wins. That would be good. You know? Like, I want to make more videos like this one right here. My reaction to the Jets win over the Bills. See this one right here? This is the video I want to be making. It's interesting to see what videos have been the most viral. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy, crazy stuff. Wow. 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 Oh, boy. This is going to be an interesting offseason. Can we get a Jets chant? You know it. Jets, 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 Jets. J-Boy, I appreciate that super chat, my friend. $2 super chat. My guy. Cannot thank you enough for the positive love, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the $2 super chat, my man. I really, really do. Thank you. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. If you did not already, I really do appreciate all the love and all the support that you guys have been showing here on Jets Media. Big shout out to everybody that's been tuning in live on the program. We came out with a video yesterday or Monday about Justin Fields, and I cannot recommend you guys go check out that video because there's a lot of interesting tidbits, a lot of interesting energy went into that video, and I think it kind of breaks down the story of Justin Fields extremely well. And if you guys don't know what video I'm talking about, it's this one right here. I'll put the link in the chat right now if you guys want to go check it out yourselves. It is a video about Justin Fields, man. And my boy Frank says that the video was fire, and I appreciate that, man. I really do. Put a lot of energy into this video, bro. I really, really did. So It would mean a lot if you guys could simply go support, man. Go support that channel. Go support that video because it was a lot. It was a lot of work that went into that one, man. Really, really was. Really, really was. But hey, man, there's a lot of exciting things to be excited about for this Jets football team. I think that the NFL draft, the idea that this is a new regime and all that, I think that excites me because there's such an unknown factor, an unknown element to this team that excites me, if I'm being honest with you guys. I really, really am excited about that. Appreciate that, Jason, man. Shoots down on negative fan views. Video is definitely fire. Appreciate that. That Jets chant felt so much better than it did 5 months ago. Yeah, I agree. There's more realistic hype now. More realistic hype around this team, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it. How are we feeling? Oh, boy. Well, I think we're going to wrap up the show here, guys. I pretty much covered everything we needed to cover. And a lot of other fun stuff happening. If you guys want to come support me on 4th and Forever, that's going to be live at, which is going to end off the stream right here. So you see on your screen, this is a show I do forever here on Round. Jets fans that want to come support. It's live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. EST. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's featuring Dan Mitchell, myself, and Tony Dow. We talk all things NFL, not just Jets, of course, not just AFC East. We talk all things football every single Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. EST on the Roundtable Sports main YouTube channel. So go check that out, folks. We're going to be live here at 2 p.m. All right? Here's the little trailer for it. To 4th and Forever here on Roundtable Sports Network, your favorite NFL midday show, live weekdays at 2 p.m. EST, featuring Dan Mitchell, Richie Malora, and Tony Dow, covering all things NFL all offseason long. It's my own NFL midday show with TD and Dan. That's going to be live in a half hour. I will see you guys over there. I see that we got some emails. Yes, I got your emails. Dan's email, Lascelles, I got an email, Justin. So I got the emails from you guys. Anybody that wants to become part of the priority list for Jets Media Day, to shoot me an email, and I will put your email on the list. So I appreciate that, man. I really, really do. So we're going to wrap up the show here, folks. Love you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on 4th and Forever, Roundtable Sports. Peace out, and have a great rest of your day.